Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining once again in the Watchlist by Magenta Trade. Today is 8th of June, and welcome once again. And we are back at Magenta Trade, where we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world-leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you would need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from movement of share prices every day. However, the market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. So with that introduction, let's get started today. But first, let's have a look at the disclosures. Let me share my screen quickly. Here at Magenta Trade, all our discussions are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risks. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. A few quick words about me. I've been doing trading for the most part of last 15 years, and I have turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching. And recently, we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I have experienced immense potential of trading options based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you to understand how they might help you to build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on a daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. So let's get started with some of the earnings numbers that we have published earlier today. So let me share the screen once again with this. Yeah. Thor Industries, they announced their third quarter earnings of 2022 with an earnings of $6.32 per share on revenue of $4.7 billion, whereas the expectation was $4.97 per share, and revenue was expected to be $4.2 billion. Revenue grew 34.6% year on year. However, the stock is mostly flat. Today, it's down by 0.77% as of now. We'll look into the other numbers in more details, but Thor Industries manufactures and sells a range of recreational vehicles and small and mid-sized buses in the US and Canada. The company's two reportable segments include towable recreational vehicles and motorized recreational vehicles. So I guess, like a caravan and stuff like that. An increase of 34.6% as compared to the third quarter of fiscal 2021. That's the net sales. Consolidated gross profit margin for the third quarter was 17.3%, a 270 basis point improvement over the comparable prior year period. And consolidated RV backlog as of 30th April was $13.88 billion, which is quite significant. So if you see the net quarterly sales is 4.6 billion and backlog is 13.88 billion. So that means about 3 quarters worth of orders backlog. So that is pretty impressive. During the third quarter, the company made a principal payment of approximately $124.6 million in terms of its term loan. So that's a retirement of the debt, so which is pretty good. Also, the company repurchased approximately 40 million of common stock under its 250 million share repurchase program. Well, we will discuss more about this share repurchase program in a few days. We are compiling the data, and we are trying to analyze, how the different companies are doing over there. But stay tuned for those discussions later on. Let's move on with the earnings report here. During the third quarter, the company made, sorry, subsequent to the end of the third fiscal quarter, the company made additional principal payments of approximately $140 million on the term loans as well. Okay. In other terms, net sales are up 53%, gross profit is up 71.6%, income before income tax is up by 94.8%. These are all year-on-year numbers for the quarter, which is pretty impressive. Okay, let's look at some of the other news in the market today. Let's straight away jump onto the charts where we see the S&P 500. As you can see, once again, this is for the 8th trading day today, and we have been mentioning this consistently for last many days, that the index is somehow unable to beat this resistance line, be the resistance line at maybe 4176 or 4156, whatever be it. That particular level, it is not able to breach. Today, it opened in almost towards a positive territory. Well, it was a little bit negative, so to say. It closed at around 4.60 yesterday, and today it opened at 4146 or something like that. But overall, then it went up a little bit, almost towards the 4160 level, and then again a sharp U-turn from there, and now it is at 4113, which is 47 points down, or 1.13% down in terms of S&P 500 index. So from this, where we are going, I am not sure, but what we have been discussing for the past few days is that the market is unable to break through this level, and it is possible that it retraces back towards, you can say, in this Bollinger Band, towards this bottom or the lower band, which is at around maybe 3,851 or maybe 3,900 is a good level. So it is quite possible the market retrace another 200 points or so. 200, 300 points is on the cards very much still. There are, market uncertainties in terms of the energy prices, in terms of the Ukraine war, inflation, supply chain bottlenecks, lesser consumer demand from the inflation as an after effect, and there are other federal rate hikes and all these economic developments. So it is quite possible, there is another few weeks of uncertainty, and in those few weeks of uncertainty, market will probably play around these levels between, let's say, 4,200 and maybe 3,800 or 3,900 levels. So this is a 400 points margin, which is quite a reasonable, you can say, range. And within that range, it is possible to that the market would play a sideways. There is nothing much to cheer up in the market. Some of the developing countries, like say India, are on the track of recovery, and they are doing good. Their GDP is probably going to increase by around 80% level, 8% levels. However, the inflation is pretty high as well. I think yesterday or a couple of days back, the Reserve Bank of India has increased the central bank rate, and that has gone up by 50 basis points. So again, there is monetary tightening happening because the inflation is very high over there, and similarly, the Reserve Bank of Australia has also increased the cash rate. there. And so most of the central banks are increasing. Federal Reserve is also increasing the interest rate. So there's a bit of kind of tightening of the monetary situation there. And as a result of all those, there would be, a little bit economic slowdown. Whether it would lead to a complete recession, I'm not sure about that. I'm not an economics expert or macroeconomics expert, but whatever I can understand from the feeling of the market is that there would be a slowdown, there would be a pause, at least for most of the companies. Some of the companies would continue their journey, through this difficult period, and that always happens, due to the technological advancement, or maybe due to innovation, due to addressing a certain market segment. Some companies always do prosper, and probably we need to find out those companies which would continue to prosper in these challenging times. But in general, the market would be probably sluggish, or maybe a little bit sideways if it doesn't go down. It is also possible to have another, you can say, I won't say it's correction, another downside of maybe 15-20%. That is also possible, but 10% is very much on the cards. Like from this level of 4,113, 400 points, easily it is possible for the market to go down. Whether it would be to the extent of 15% or 20%, I'm not very sure about that. But it is also not out of the picture. Okay, so that's my commentary about the S&P 500, and similar comments about you can say NASDAQ, which is not able to beat that resistance line there. It is currently down by 92 points, or 0.7%, and Dow is currently down by 270 points and 0.8%. So that is also quite possible. So these are the operating ranges we are looking at. For Dow, it may be between 34,000 to you can say, or 33,650 to 30,600. So there's probably around 3,000 points worth of movement there, which is again 10%. So this is pretty much what we are looking at as of now. Things do change and keep on changing, but as of now, this is what we feel. VIX is up by another 2.5% today. Yesterday, again, it was up by 3%. So that's again back to 25 level almost. Dollar index is up by 0.2%. Gold is more or less flat. Silver down by 0.8%. And oil is up by 1.7%. So it has gone up to 121 levels, which is pretty high. The highest previous high was here around 129. So again, probably that is approaching there. So, oil is significantly a strong position there, like in terms of bullish in that price. Obviously, it is not good for the economy, but that's what is happening. Bitcoin is down by 2.6% and Ethereum is down by 1.1%. Let's look at some of the other stocks that that might be in news today. Let me quickly check. The first one is the DocuSign. DocuSign. Let me quickly open it. So there is a news about DocuSign. Currently, it is up by 2.5%. There was a news that DocuSign has entered into a partnership with Microsoft, or has enhanced its partnership with Microsoft. Their earnings report is expected tomorrow. So let's see what's in store there, and there will be probably more clarity on that. But interestingly, over the last many days, DocuSign has exceeded. Now it is above the 50 days moving average, and it has crossed the 20 days moving average, 5 days moving average. So this is in a bullish phase as of now. Saying that, I won't be taking a position there. The reason being that it is earnings time, so their earnings result is expected tomorrow. So I will wait for that earnings result. It's not a very neat drawing, but it's having two touch points. Probably this is another third, and these are exceeding that. So more or less it is in that direction. Okay, that's DocuSign. There's another news about Moderna. Pharma stocks are pretty much in news after the COVID period. The stock is up by 1.7% after their announcement that there's a study which showed an upgraded version of the firm's coronavirus vaccine produced a better immune response against the Omicron variant. Moderna expects the vaccine to get clearance in late summer. Okay. Campbell Soup. Today the stock is up by 2.5%, and they published their earnings report earlier. So let's have a look quickly. Okay, once again, I will switch off my video to give you a better picture there. Okay, now you can have a better look at the screen. So Campbell Soup reported their third quarter April 2022 earnings of 70 cents per share on revenue of $2.1 billion. And whereas the expectation was about 61 cents per share, and as you can see, in revenue of $2.0 billion. Revenue grew 7.4% year on year. Currently, the stock is up by 2.5%. The company said it continues to expect fiscal 2022 earnings of $2.75 to $2.85 per share, and expects the revenue to be of $8.476 billion to $8.561 billion. The company's previous guidance was a revenue of $8.306 billion to $8.476 billion. Okay, and in terms of some other details, net sales is up by 7% year on year, and adjusted earnings before interest and taxes is up by 223%. Diluted earnings per share is up by 37%. Earlier it was 51 cents, now it is 70 cents. Okay, so mostly it is a very positive news, and the stock is, that's why it's up by 2.5%. I'm just looking for any other meaningful information there. Okay, now let's go back to the other news. Ollie's actually also has reported their earnings. Ollie's Bargain Outlet Holdings, they reported their first quarter April 2022 earnings of 20 cents per share on revenue of $6.7 million. Whereas the expectation was about 30 cents per share on revenue of $416 million. So it is actually less than the expectation, as you can see. However, the stock is up by 4%. You can see how it jumped there. I'm trying to find out the reason. Probably it is better guidance. The company said it expects a second quarter earnings of 32 cents to 35 cents per share on revenue of $450 million to $460 million. And previous guidance, and now expects fiscal year earnings of $1.83 to $1.98 per share on revenue of $1.87 billion to $1.9 billion. The company's previous guidance was fiscal year earnings of $2.15 to $2.22 per share. So overall yearly guidance, in terms of yearly guidance also, they are falling behind. So probably market had already expected that, and now probably they feel that its actual results are not too bad. It is bad, but it's not too bad. Operating income has decreased by 75.9% to $17.1 million, and operating margin has decreased 1,150 basis points to 4.2%. Net income decreased by 77.3%. Adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization decreased by 66.9% to $26.2 million. Subsequent to the end of the first quarter, the company invested $10 million of cash to repurchase shares of its common stock. Net sales decreased 10.1%. Gross profit decreased 22.6%. So the company had no borrowings outstanding under its $100 million revolving credit facility and $90.9 million of availability under the facility as of end of first quarter of fiscal 2022. So as I mentioned, the company invested $10 million of cash to repurchase 238,485 shares of its common stock and has $170 million remaining under its current share repurchase program. Okay, so that's about Oli's bargain outlet. Let's move on. There is a news on Affirm Holdings. So they are mainly into this buy now, pay later thing. And there was already a news of Apple entering into this market. And currently the stock is down by 4.5%. Some of the analysts actually downgraded the stock, and that's why they have the stock is down today. Altria Group. The stock is down by almost 7% after Morgan Stanley actually downgraded the stock there. So it is almost at the bottom. And as you can see, the volumes are pretty high over there. Okay. Another company where there is a downgrade is Dutch Brothers is down by 4.25% after JP Morgan downgraded the stock. There's a news of Credit Suisse Group. The currently stock is down by 1.22%. But earlier there was a news that there could be a takeover bid for the Swiss bank from State Street. Here is a news. Credit Suisse attracts takeover interest from US lender State Street. So that's why the stock was up, but now it is back to down, as you can see. Well, it is higher than the opening price today. That's why it's the green bar. But in terms of relation to the yesterday's close price, it is down from yesterday's close. So that's why it's in the negative. But it jumped higher earlier. So we'll watch that space and let's see what happens. Okay, now let's look into the other stocks. But before that, what I want to do is I want to open our brokerage account so that we can discuss about some of the strategies, maybe if possible, and then also look into what happened to our previous things. Just give me a minute. I am entering the details, credentials, and hopefully it will be up soon. Okay, so let's go back to our stocks. Meanwhile, probably I've already discussed, Bitcoin is down by 3.2%, Ethereum is down by 1.5%. Advanced Auto Parts is down by 0.6%, Apple is down by 0.69% today after yesterday's rise. Accenture is down by 1.2%. Yeah, the volume is very low again today. Even though these stocks are down, the volume is very low. So another 1 hour of trading left today. So there is a downside pressure, but at the same time, the volume is significantly lower. Yesterday also volume was much lower than expected. So I believe the market is taking a pause. There's not much happening. They are not able to decide probably which way to go, and that probably reflects in the sideways movement in the index. Akamai Technology is down by 0.7%. Applied Materials down by 3.4%. Ambarella down by 3.3%. AMD is actually down by 3.45%. Amazon is again back down by 1.5%. So it is almost going back to the level prior to the split. The stock split day before, like on Monday. Arista Network down by 0.5%. Then Air Production Chemicals down by 2.9%. Okay, let's look at the bigger numbers there. Berkshire is down by 1.6%. Blackstone is down by 3.2%. Crocs is down by 3.5% there. Dell is also down today, 1.2%. DHI is down by 3.1% again. Disney is down by 0.5%. DocuSign is still up. Enphase Energy is down 2.4%. Normally, it does well on the energy sector. Facebook is positive today, up by 0.3%. That's interesting. GoodRx is down by 5%. Again, at the bottom, almost at the bottom today. Okay, today it got the 52-week low, 6.93. Google is just flat. Micron Technology is down by 3.8%. NVIDIA is down by 1.7%. Oracle is down by 2%. Qualcomm is down by 2.9%. Okay. STAA is up by 5%. Star Surgical Company. Probably there is some news. Teladoc is up by 1.7%. Tesla is in positive territory, up by 1.2%. Upstart is down by 3.5%. And Microsoft is also down by 0.7%. Unity Software up by 3.5%. Okay, let me see what happened to our trading window here. I understand and accept. Okay, we are doing positive there, but let's see what happened to our trades. Save, this one is a takeover target. So that Spirit Airlines, so it is down today a little bit. Oracle is down, okay, not much. Trade history, it is okay. Nothing new happened. No new trade happened today. I don't know. Maybe there is some issue with this. Paper trading account. The trades are not happening. In my actual brokerage account, the trades do happen, and we have been able to close some trades. We have been able to open some trades. So the things are happening, but the objective of showing you this particular paper trading account is to analyze some of the trades that you might be willing to take or maybe interested to take. So the whole objective is that. Okay. Now, in terms of looking into positions, what you can probably enter into at this stage. What we are doing is we are very much interested in the some of the stocks, like say yesterday we looked into the Tesla 600 level bull put position, and then I had one SPX position that is still out there. The SPX trade has got some profits. It's still out there. And then AMD, yeah, AMD is down today significantly. So, okay, so in terms of today's position, what we can look into is yesterday we took a position in Tesla, right? Today, what we can look into the CRM, Salesforce. Salesforce is in a very positive territory. So if you already don't have a position in Salesforce, probably we had a position in Salesforce. Salesforce, this is one position, which is a different strategy. This one, 155, 150 bull put position. So that is already there, but we can have a look at another one maybe. So let's say, as of now, I feel this level, earlier we have 155 level, right? Now I feel the level of around, 168 or 165, maybe a good level. Because the stock is currently above the 50 days moving average, and the earnings are also out. With earnings report are very good, and then even 170 level, it looks pretty reasonable. So let's see if we can do something about 170 level or something. So let's just CRM. Okay. So if you'd like to enter into a position of CRM in terms of bullish position, let's say July 15, we are talking about, let's say 165 is 13 delta. So maybe 170, 18 delta is a better one. We sell 170 put option and we buy 165 put option, which gives us around 76 cents credit, which is still pretty good. Our benchmark is 50 cents credit. So at this stage, we are getting 76 cents. So, that is still a good trade. It appears to be. And there is enough open interest in those levels. So it is pretty liquid there. So if you'd like to, go ahead with this, I'm fine with this trade. So maybe, we can have a look at that. I will probably enter this trade in this platform, 76 cents. And CRM, I don't have in this account, so maybe I can just do that. CRM. Current price is 189, right? 15th of July. So 170, 165. So we are selling 170 and buying 165, expiring 15th of July. So in these kind of transactions, probably a margin is required for around, say, $423, and we are expecting a profit of $77. But obviously, I will not wait for the entire $77. Probably I will close at maybe $40 profit or something like that. So even if we take a $40 profit out of 423, it's almost 10% there. Even if I'm not taking the full one. So 77 or 76, maybe I'll just change it to 76 to check if it gets filled in quickly. I'm talking about my personal trading account. Let's see here what happened in our paper trading account. It has not yet gone through. Maybe I'll just change it to 75 cents. Not sure. Yeah, probably we'll wait for that. Well, I'm actually happy with 70 cents as well. Let's say I'll put it 70 cents. Whether it gets through or not, let's see. Okay. Okay, at 73 cents, it got executed here in my personal trading account. But in this paper trading account, it is not going through. Okay, so that is one possibility, CRM. Let's look at some of the other ones. Let's look at what's happening at PayPal, because PayPal yesterday, probably because of Apple's that buy now, pay later introduction, probably PayPal is also in a bit of, can say, bearish there. The stock is above the 20 days moving average, 5 days moving average. So I'll not be probably taking a bearish position there. It has been bullish for the last few days. At the same time, it is approaching the 50 days moving average. So that might work as a resistance. But let's see what happens. Overall, I can say if at all I have to take a bearish position, probably I'll look at maybe $95 level. The stock doesn't seem to be very bullish in that way. So 95 would be a safe level. PayPal. So PayPal, if we sell 95 and buy 100, so that's $1 credit, which is pretty good. The delta is 29 delta. Did I talk about 95? Yeah, 95, which is 10% from current levels. Not 10%, less than that, less than 10%. And we are talking about, this is just July 1st, not even 15th of July. Probably 15th of July would be much. So it is a 3 weeks trade, and we are talking about $1 credit. Okay. So let's look into this one. $1.03. I'll probably enter this. It's expiring 1st of July. PayPal, when is the earnings? Let me check the earnings as well. Because again, it's almost the PayPal. Their earnings is July 27. So we have time for that. Excuse me. PayPal, what we are talking about is 1st of July. So here the margin becomes $397, and we are looking for a profit of $103. Probably I'll not look for the entire one, but still maybe at least 50 cents in there I would look for. So even if I get 50 cents, yep, so I could enter the trade at $1. So let me update that here as well. $1 update. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not getting filled in here in this paper trading account, but in my actual account, I'm able to get through there. Okay, so we looked into Salesforce, and we looked into PayPal. So those are the two trades. So probably you can have a look definitely. And if at all, if you'd like to look at some others, maybe the one we were looking at, DocuSign. No, DocuSign is their earnings is approaching, so his earnings is tomorrow, so we cannot do that. Facebook, once again, I already have a position there. Netflix is up above 200 now. That's a positive sign. Netflix. So if we want to have a look at Netflix at maybe at the level of 180 or something, that would be a good one. So let's see if we can do something about Netflix. Now, why I am entering a bullish trade there? Because overall, I am positive about this stock. Um, it's still a good stock. The business model is pretty much good. Their content in terms of the streaming platform, their content is pretty good. Their shows are getting number of views. People are increasingly dependent on watching Netflix. So it is kind of a trend. Whatever be the case, whether Disney is doing good as well or not, or whether Amazon Prime is doing good well or not. The software of Netflix inherently is very strong, and they have got a strong user base as well. So even though the temporarily the numbers are down, eventually they would come up. So if we sell a 180, not July 1, I'm July 15, okay. July 15, 170, if we sell, and sorry, 180. My apologies, it should be 180. 180 is 22 delta, and if we buy 175, then we are getting probably more than $1, $1.03 credit. So I'll submit that. So that is a good trade there. Now let's go back to my account here. Let's see. Do I have a position on Netflix now? Okay. Okay. Netflix, and we are talking about 15th of July. So 15th of July, 180 we sell and 175 we buy. So it's almost $1.05 now. Let's say make it $1 even. I'm not really fussy about that. I'm happy with $1. Okay, on a $400 trade, if I can get $1, I'm happy with that. So so it has gone through in my actual trading account in $1. So let me see if we can get it in this account. Okay, so almost that's about it. Thanks a lot for joining in today. If you liked our video today, if you liked my trade, do subscribe to my channel, Magenta Trade.com on YouTube channel. You can also visit our website, magentatrade.com, to learn our programs, what we teach here at Magenta Trade, how we enter these trades and all that stuff. And then okay, so PayPal trade has actually gone through in our account here, in the paper trading account as well. So meanwhile, so we will watch it, and meanwhile, if you'd like to get update from our accounts, you can actually follow our social media accounts, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks a lot for joining in there, and we'll see you again tomorrow. So happy trading, enjoy, and